Hey, what's going on, guys? So today in for repair I have an LG K20. If you watched the last video or maybe the one before that, it was an Xbox One X, and I replaced the HDMI retimer chip. That job is done. I didn't get to post a video after the repair is done, but the customer do have that back in their hand. It's not in the shop anymore. um, that's the only thing I can say about that. So let's go ahead and look at this port first, and I will show you guys this port underneath the camera and explain to you guys the method that I'm going to use and why. I started a series which is how to repair charging port using not only the hot air station but also using the actual using the soldering iron. So there's different ways of doing it. You can use iron, you can use hot air, you can use both in combination. In this video I'm gonna use the iron, and the reason why is, first let me show you guys this port. See if we can get it underneath the microscope. So that's what the port looks like right now. Could have been cleaned and probably worked again, but this is from another shop. Oh, so there's some corrosion in there, maybe some water. Either way, let's go ahead and look at it. So the reason why I'm using the hot air method, not using the hot air method, and I'm actually using the soldering iron, is because of this. This is the actual microphone right here, right? And if I use hot air around this, I'm gonna float it, possibly damage it. Too many probabilities, too many things that I have to worry about. So instead of doing that, I'm just gonna put some tape over it to protect it from the flux, because I have done a lot of repairs on like the LG G5s and maybe some other LG phones. I can't remember exactly. Oh, sorry, you guys didn't even get to see that. So let me run that back so you guys can see that again. So there it is, inside. And you can see all that stuff, so on and so forth. But either way, let's go ahead and remove this. So like I said, I'm gonna use the iron. I'm not gonna use hot air on it because I don't want to damage that microphone and have to replace it again, or replace it. I've replaced them before. It's not a tough job, but if you can avoid it, just avoid it. Saves you time, right? So let's go ahead, and first we're gonna put some flux. And I'm not gonna go too crazy as I normally do because, like I said, I don't want to get anything inside that microphone. So because I don't want to get anything inside that microphone, I'm gonna be careful. Let's see if while our iron is heating up, let's see if we can find that port. And it really doesn't take long for the iron to heat up. It probably has heated up already. I just want to find this port. So let's go ahead and let's remove it, right? So first thing is first, I do want to get some of this. might have to change my tip. We'll see. Yeah, let's just change a tip. I've got a better tip. Or a bigger tip. It's not necessarily. And this is all I'm going to do for now. Okay, and that looks good. Getting all that stuff off my iron. Put that up. Alright, I'm gonna get this large tip that I have, and I'm just gonna lay it right on top of here, and we should be able to just lift this port out with no problem, right? Waiting to see these melt. At least see this one starting to melt. I might be better off with a board holder. And there we go, we got that out. So let's go ahead and let's clean up our board. And that we have that out. And if it's still dark in here, guys, that's because I haven't gotten the lights changed out yet. I got a light bulb that's out. And no fume extractor on. Not saying it's a good thing, but don't have it on, and I don't know why. Spend all that money if I'm not going to use it. I need to start using it every time. I mean, as soon as I see like a game console or something like that comes in, I definitely turn the fume extractor on. But for phones and things that I don't feel like it's going to take much time, I always seem to forget about it. So it just sits there. All right, let's clean up. Pretty clean right there. Like Mr. Clean Clean. Right? Okay. So I took some ports out and I thought one of them might be it. Let's just double check those ports wherever I tossed them to. Not it. Samsung brand. Alright, let's see what else we have here. Nope. Let's see what other kind of ports I have here. Look right here. Right at the bottom, that's the most important thing. The orientation of it. The pins you can always more than likely modify to get it to work. Flat bottom. This one is round bottom. It looked like I had one here at some point. Let's just see if it's stoned down inside of here somewhere. See, that's the most time consuming part, and that's why I have to, just record these as I go. I don't have time to sit down and edit these videos and then post them, and as I'm doing these repairs, you guys can watch. You guys can watch and learn from my mistakes. So you know what not to do. And I felt like I've ordered so many of these ports. I just can't find them right now because I'm looking for them. I know you're probably saying, why didn't you look for them before? Because I really don't want to record. But it's good for me to do so. For business. So I'm doing it. So let's try to find this. And you guys not listen to me just yap about nothing. Right? And I did order a whole bunch of those HDMI retimer chip. Guess you can say a whole bunch. So now I have some just in case or for next time. Because I do get quite a few of those repairs. Six Galaxy Grand. I remember when like every Samsung phone that came in, I had to replace the charging port on it. That's back when the repairs was just, a nice thing to do. Now it's gotten way more complicated. Way more things to worry about, even on the simplest repair. Like this one, where I spend most of the time just searching for the port than actually fixing. I think I might have found it, I think. Let's see. Nope. Not it. Not it either. Maybe this one? Let's look at them together. What do you guys think? What do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins. Yep, looks about right. All right, let's go ahead and let's install this port. So what I like to do first is put some flux. Place my port down. Then I go over here. I get some nice soldering wire that I have laying around. Put the smallest dab on my iron. Press my port down and slowly go over my port and try to get some of this solder on some of these pads, whichever pads want to take it. Sometimes they don't want to for whatever reason. So we'll put some more flux and then we'll run it across again and see if that works to get this solder to kind of, there we go. Just making sure that I get some solder underneath this one, especially these big ones. These are the ones that I really want to make sure that there we go, just like that. All right, just like that, and that looks about right. Okay, this one, yep, that looks good. So now for the holes, I'm gonna come back again with some flux, because flux, it makes everything looks nice, right? So come back again. I'm gonna touch my iron right there, and then I'm just gonna barely touch the solder on the iron and let it just flow in, just like that. Do it again over here, touch it, and there it goes, right in there, and it looks nice and professional. No professional is doing this, but it looks like it when it's finished here. I'm just taking off some of this. Easy to kind of drag it like that on your iron. Clean it up. Clean it up. Okay, then a little bit, just a little bit for this one. And there we go. I'm going to look on the other side. And I'm going to put some more flux on this side, and then we'll fill in these holes, and then that will be it. I mean, I don't foresee anything being wrong, but you guys might want me to test it, so I'll go ahead and I'll test it so you guys can see, and then I'll move on, because I'm done here for the day as far as this repair goes, I'm done with this. And there we go. Those have all been touched up. I'm gonna flip it back over, look on the other side, make sure that it didn't lift up off the board while I was doing this side. So turn it over on this side over here, and it doesn't look like it. This side also looks clean. So let's go ahead and clean that up. Let's take a look at these pins. And those all look nice and clean, right? Don't have anything in between here. Is that just gunk in between here? Yep. I just want to make sure. This is gunk in between here, and this is, for the most part, is all clean and ready to go. Okay, so let's put it back inside the housing and let's test it. All right, so here we go. We got our screen and we got our battery. Now this was just a straightforward, fast repair. Like I said, I wanted to continue on with that series that I was doing, but I haven't had a chance yet. So on a repair like this, yeah, you probably don't want to use hot air. So if you're doing a phone and you see microphones or any components that's really right up next to it, you don't want to use hot air. Trust me, I've experimented with hot air before. You can do it if you get enough practice. And if you cover over the microphone with the same, with that tape that I use, you can put it over it and you should be good. But I mean, what's the purpose of me taking that chance when I can just use my iron, use some of the tools and some of the skills that I've gathered over the years and remove that safely? There's no need for me to take that risk of possibly damaging the phone. Okay. So let's test and let's see what we have here. All right, so there it is. You guys are gonna see it before I do. Plug it up, check in, and there we go. We got a battery symbol on the screen. Let me show you guys that again one more time. Let's just switch our view. All right, so you guys can see. Plug up our battery, our charger, and there you go, it's charging, right? So that's it. And I didn't damage any components. Like I said, if I did, I mean, it's a small chance. I took all the necessary precautions to get this thing right. I didn't add too much heat or none of that stuff. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. It's about a 20-minute video. I'll see you guys in the next video.